welcome to Greetings from the Pierview, a show featuring local heroes and natives. Today, I have your host, George Cheney, and my co-host,
Queen Vanda of WCTV.
And today we are welcomed by Ashleigh Salerno, neighbor and native.
Welcome, Ashleigh.
Thank you, thank you.
So you are, speaking of natives, I mean, your family has been in this town in Onset forever. Your grandfather came here, started this business behind us, Mac Anthony's,
Yep.
which everybody who, if you're from Wareham, or you grew up in Wareham, or you come to Onset Beach in the summer, you know what Mac Anthony's is.
You can smell it.
Yeah. So tell us how it feels like to grow up in such a prominent family in this tiny little community.
It's like it's very interesting. You really can't go anywhere without saying hello to somebody. So that's really nice. It's like the entire town is your family. My grandfather came here with my father. It used to be an old arcade, and my grandfather was a manager for Papagino's, and he wanted to turn it into a pizza place. And my father and my uncle had started it, and through the years it just kind of progressed into what it is now. And it started as just a breakfast and lunch place, and now it's everything.
Yes, it's everything.
Yeah, they bought out the block, and now they're down there at the Glenview Hotel.
Yes.
So,
impressive. So you must have worked so hard to the point that you said, I'm not going to come back here and work in this family business. I'm going to go to school and get a teaching degree.
Well, that wasn't even my intention. I was in, I went to Wareham High School, and so my senior year, it was just like one of those things where I hadn't applied for college because, you know, my family's divorced, and I lived with my mom and my dad, you know, he does his thing, so I'm like, I'm not going to ask him for a hand-me-out again. And I was just like, I'm not going to do college. And my senior year teacher kind of gave me a ration and sat me down, and we filled paperwork out. I did financial aid, and I ended up going to college. I had no intention of being a teacher. I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I thought, all right, I like literature, I like reading, so that's what I did. And then when I got out of college, I was working at the restaurant, and ironically enough, a former teacher of mine came in, and my dad said, my daughter just graduated. He boasted me, you know, gave my bio, my 411, a little bit of a DNA sample, and that was that. And then she leaves, and he chased her down the street and brought her back into the restaurant. He was like, you need to sit down and tell her about you, and like maybe you can start working. And I mean, thank God he did, because that's how I got my first job, was TAing in the high school for the first fall to winter, and then a position opened up, signed up, took my MTELs, passed, got the job, and then did my master's in 2 years, and I'm here still. So I have to kind of thank Dad for that push. He chased her down the street. Miss Hammond, thanks.
So even though you just accidentally fall into teaching career, you're doing such an amazing job. Everybody in this town not only know you because of your family background, but they know you as an amazing teacher. Just our cameraman today, Jason, Andrew, they all, you know, when we said that we were going to be meeting with you, they're like, be careful, that was my teacher, so you know, don't pull anything. So you're doing such an exceptional job, and tell us like how you ended up falling in love with what you're doing rather than just doing it for a paycheck.
I don't know, I feel like sometimes people are not given opportunities in life, and it's shorted, and I love what I do, I love where I come from, and I like to be able to give back in ways that I can. I don't have a lot of money in my back pocket, despite, you know, the glowing lights out front. It's just, you know, these are the things I can do, and I like stories. I like connecting with people, and when I teach, it's not just about what you teach, it's about how you teach it.
Yeah.
And I think if you show the kids you care about them, and you show some interest in their life and be genuine, it pays forward in so many different ways in the classroom and life. And I love teaching. It's corny, but I love it.
So how does education and community kind of affect your approach to teaching?
It's nice because you can get a lot of people involved, and when the community can get involved with the school, I think it changes the atmosphere of the school, and people realize how much good really goes into the building that we work in and the kids that we work with, and it's a family. I think a lot of people who don't know Wareham or come to Wareham have a stereotype or a stigma, and that's acceptable. It's going to be like that anywhere you go, but I mean, the problems are everywhere. You're going to have those problems everywhere. You need good people, not good people leaving to find better people.
Yeah.
And I think I just want to be here.
Yeah.
I think I'm wanted. And I feel wanted, so I want to stay.
And lately, it seems like Wareham Public Schools is almost like a revolving door. Like
It is.
a lot of people are leaving, prominent people in the community are leaving, and people are upset. They're like, oh, we're losing this person, we're losing this person. So you, as an insider, I mean, as a teacher and also a graduate from Wareham High School, how do you feel about all of that?
it makes me sad to see the negative feedback as to people's, reasons as to why they think it's the cause. But I mean, a lot of it is budgetary stuff. Like, that's a factor of it. And I think just families' personal lifestyles and wanting to be closer to their families and stuff like that. But, at the high school, it's just, I don't want people to disregard all the good that goes into that building. And when you're in there and you see the camaraderie between the teachers and the kids that, I teach summer school. I'm there in the summer. I'm there like once a week. And, I love being there with the kids, and they enjoy, despite it being summer school, we're laughing, we're joking, we're having a good time. I'm like, I know we failed, but we're going to do this, we're going to do it together. And I just want that to be highlighted more. I think I want people to be in the building more than just talking about it outside and never have been in.
So you're also a cheerleader, and you coach a cheerleading. And before the cameras went on, I did ask you if you could do a little cheer for us. Come on!
She's been doing enough cheering from Wareham.
I want to know how it goes. What are the call letters? How do we do it?
Well, we can do a high V.
Okay.
So that's where we call them donut holes. You keep your donut holes out.
Okay.
And then claps are really tight in. You got to tuck the elbows in. Got to tuck the elbows in. Kind of got to bring the ladies with you.
Okay. Yeah. And also, you're a big fan of Greek mythology.
Absolutely.
So tell us about your gods and goddesses.
So at the high school, I created a curriculum probably about 5 years ago. It was an elective, semesterized, and I just thought kids might like mythology, and so I did Greco-Roman and Norse. And it's been running pretty solid, full classes, and we do a bunch of units. We do a heroes unit, talk about Joseph Campbell and all of that stuff. So we get into like Thor and Perseus and the heroes of mythology outside of not just the gods, but the heroes. And then we connect it to modern mythology. We do a unit on love, battle of the sexes, men and women in mythology, and then we do some real talk discussions, projects. It's a really fun class. I think it's fun.
Also, there's a scholarship fund in honor of your brother.
Yes.
May you please tell us a little bit about this scholarship fund?
So the scholarship is in memory of my brother, Mark Anthony Salerno Jr. He passed away December 1st, 2017. And so the scholarship is just something that my family and I wanted to do in memory of him. I work at the high school, and every year there's an academic awards committee, and we put together all kinds of scholarships and funds, and we reach out to the community. And I talked to my father, and it was something we wanted to do, and we didn't really have time to fundraise, but we put together a little bit to be able to give out to one of the kids in the community that had just graduated. And we're going to continue doing that and do some fundraisers. We just had a comedy event, and anything that we can do to raise up the funds. Right now it's at 1,000, and we're hoping to get it higher so that we can either give out 2,000 to a student or do 2 separate $1,000 scholarships. And so right now we're just working hard to raise some funds and get people to recognize and remember my brother.
And what are the qualifications for the scholarship?
So our qualifications, we don't want to subject anybody from not being able to participate. So whether you're going to college or not, this scholarship is open to higher education, military, even if you're just pursuing a job after college, after high school, in hopes of maybe going to college, even if it's not the goal in the end. But we don't want transcripts. We don't care if you are a straight A student. We just want to know that you work hard, you want something, and that if you're willing to put the effort into something, that maybe you can get a benefit from it in the end. And
wonderful.
Well, thank you, Ashleigh, for indulging us in all of our questions and telling us about everything you do. You have a very huge list, It's nice to know that you can toss pizzas and handle all the kids in town all at the same time. So I'm your host, George Cheney, and my host,
Queen Banda of WCTV. Thank you for joining us in episode 7 of Greetings from the Pierview, filmed right here at the Pierview restaurant in Onset. Join us next week for episode 8. We're going to be interviewing Sarah and Zora, who organizes children play dates. So to all those mothers out there, fathers who would like to pretty much get your kids together and play instead of doing video games, she's the person to talk to. So until then, have a wonderful day.